Hey, I'm Jennifer Terri. I make Philippine travel updates. And before we begin, I'd like to greet all of you, especially in the US, who celebrate Thanksgiving Day. Happy Thanksgiving Day. I hope you are surrounded by people who love you, people whom you are grateful for. And I'd like to say thank you for all of you who continue to support this channel, who trust me as their source of travel updates and guides in the Philippines. So, let's go ahead with the travel updates for today, November 25. Let's start with the public advisory of the Mactan Airport, Cebu Airport yesterday. Well, the news is, starting November 26, Cebu Airport will be adopting One Health Pass in Filipino. Kung ang arrival nyo po ay sa Cebu, starting tomorrow nga, One Health Pass na po. Hindi na yung MCIA COVID-19 registration barcode. No. The MCIA arrival registration form will no longer be in use starting today. So tomorrow, full adaptation of One Health Pass. It just asks for your basic information, travel history. You can also submit your vaccination certificate or card there. Submit your negative test result. Yan. Jennifer, how about if we're family traveling? Do we need One Health Pass per passenger or just one for family? Per passenger, okay? The One Health Pass registration is per passenger, per person. According to Mactan Cebu Airport, you can register 3 days before your flight. So it's quite different, no? Kasi the recommendations we've been hearing from governments and airlines is 24 hours before departure. So if you're asking me, I'd still go with 24 hours before departure. So for example, if your flight is on November 28, you can register November 27 or even November 26. Basta wag lang yung too early. Don't register too early because the QR codes expire too. And another question for One Health Pass registration as well for non-OFWs, Balikbayans, and foreigners. If you're landing in Manila, there's a question there. When you register type of traveler, yan, testing laboratory. So you have the choice po. Yes, I called Padlab today and they said that it's your choice on who will test you. Yes, you have the right to choose kung sino ang magsaswab sa inyo. Okay, so you can choose either the Toxicare or Padlab. Pero normally guys, the usual process talaga is if you are landing in Terminal 1 or Terminal 3 in NAIA, yung airline mo is foreign airline, hindi Philippine Airlines, automatic Padlab talaga. Pero this time nga, you have a choice. Pero just my advice, go with na lang the usual. So, Padlab po if you're landing in Terminal 1 or Terminal 3. If you're landing in NAIA, Terminal 2, the Toxicare po. The Toxicare. Alright? So, you have the choice. Pero this is really the usual. Ito. Oh, Jennifer, which one is better? No one is better. But Padlab is bigger because they cater talaga sa maraming passengers compared to the Toxicare. Pero the Toxicare offers expedite. Pwede pong magpa-expedite pero limited slots lang. Limited slots lang. And you need to avail that upon arrival in the Philippines. Oh, travel cap. The good news we received the other day that the travel cap was lifted for green list. Ano ba yan? Green list na naman. Sana all. Team Yellow, di ba guys? Sana all. So because green list travelers nga, they don't have to quarantine in the hotel, so they're no longer counted in the travel cap. Even though the travel cap is lifted only for green list, it's still good news for everyone, especially yellow list countries, meaning the 6,000 travel cap will be just for us. Diba? We don't have to share na sa green list travelers. So yun lang. You would expect na mas maraming flights, especially for December, to cater the influx of travelers. Maraming uwi. Yesterday, I checked the arrival of Philippine Airlines. Ang daming flights, guys. Ang dami. More than 13 international arrivals kahapon. Today, mga nasa 9. So, it's big difference, significant difference on the number of flights because the travel cap is increased na. Lifted na for green, while for yellow countries increased. Mas madami na. But even though the travel cap is improved na, please expect that there would still be flight changes. So because 'di ba pre-pandemic time 40,000, but right now nasa 6,000, it's still low, 'di ba? It's still low. So Like the other day, our kababayans who were flying with Philippine Airlines, US via PAL to San Francisco on December 2. There were flight changes, no, na rebook yung flight nila. So these things still happen, no, even though yung travel cap na increase na. So just stay updated if you have a flight soon with the announcement advisory of your airline. So today is just 5 days. Yeah, 5 days before December 1. And of course, if there's a new month, there's a new list of green countries. Malay mo, yung country mo ma-include sa green, di ba? We don't know. Malay mo, yung country mong green ngayon, hindi na maging green next month. What is the sign? If nag-increase yung cases nyo, then probably malaking chance ma-remove kayo sa green. If your country has decreasing cases, bumababa na talaga yung cases, then there's a chance it will be green. That's the basis, infection and vaccination rate. Now, which countries will be on green? We don't know. I think we will get the new list mga siguro guys sa 27 or sa 29. Yan. Anytime na. Anytime within this week. Pwede nating ma-receive yung new list. And maybe the reopening travel guidelines would also be released this week or next week. Cross our fingers because it's been, well, weeks since they announced that they would open to fully vaccinated tourists from green countries. So let's see the announcement. So currently, this is still the list. Still North America, European countries, and a lot of Asian countries are not on that list. Yan. Well, on the other note, reopening, nothing new. The Bureau of Immigration says, oh, we're welcome, we are ready, we are on standby for the reopening to foreign tourists. According to the commissioner, we have already put in place the needed manpower and facilities in preparation for this. Okay. Well, good news at least. We know you're prepared. Let us hope you will welcome the tourists with a smile, no? And not with questioning, and I hopefully that they will just resume to visa upon arrival because that's the easiest, right? No need to apply for a visa, just visa upon arrival. Then negative test result, no quarantine. This is what we want for foreign tourists. If we want to welcome them, then we need to make travel to the Philippines simple, easy, straightforward. But according to them, although there is no definite date yet, the Philippines will soon reopen. And the Iatf is just extensively discussing and deliberating on proposals, ironing out many details before its implementation. I hope they're not writing a thesis or a book on reopening. But that's pretty much it. Some travelers are still disappointed because it's just maybe, there's no date according to Candy. There's nothing new about this announcement. Would be very much helpful if an actual date or target date is reported so we can plan accordingly. The holidays are fast approaching. Yes, plane tickets are running out. They're getting booked. Obviously, these people in the IATF maybe are not travelers. They're not seasoned travelers. They don't know that traveling takes a lot of planning too. And if they're going to announce just 2 days, 3 days before the reopening, no, that won't give a lot of travelers time to prepare. So hopefully, at least now we should be giving them the date. But it's no secret, it's been obvious that the Philippines will only reopen first to green list countries. But experts themselves are even speaking about this color coding restrictions. According to this article, there is evidence that testing is a sufficient safeguard whatever the infection and vaccination rate in origin countries. The answer is 0 or at most 1. A negative list, which excludes only countries undergoing persistently high or explosive community outbreaks. The rest of the countries should be treated equally. Yellow or green should be the same. We should only have just red country. Because look, we understand if like Philippines would have to limit the entry of travelers from countries with really high infection rates. But for the rest of the world, same protocols, because if they're fully vaccinated, if they have a negative test result, what's the difference? Evidence shows that pre-departure and post-arrival testing can reduce the risk of importing the virus to such a point that the infection rate in the country of origin becomes almost irrelevant in affecting imported health risk. So the suggestion is to combine green and yellow countries and just retain red countries. And if the Philippines were to reopen to fully vaccinated tourists from green countries only, well, looking at the top 12 markets by volume of tourists, let's see, our number one market is Korea, contributing to 24% of our international arrivals. Second is China. So out of these top 12 countries, only 4 are green countries. And mind you, let's say a traveler from China goes to the Philippines and then goes home to China. They would have to quarantine for 14 days. I don't think it will not attract short-term visitors then. We have Japan, Taiwan. Taiwan, I think, has also strict quarantine restrictions. So pretty much only, diba? 4 na countries lang. How about the rest of 8 countries, our biggest markets as well? They're on yellow. This is the suggestion of many travelers. Just combine yellow and green and keep red. But do not restrict Filipinos from entering if they're from red country. Yun lang naman po, our suggestion. Hopefully, the Philippines will look at this. And I'll see you again, guys, in another travel update. Stay safe and God bless. Bye.